The mockery begins. The large council hall was cold and dark. Strange shapes moved quietly inside. They were the leaders of many alien races. They sat on high thrones, looking down on the small, shaky image of a human woman on a big screen. Her name was Zaradat. The aliens whispered among themselves. "Humans are weak," one hissed. "Soft, easy to break," another said. "They only survive by luck." Zara stood firm. She heard the words, but she did not move. Her eyes shone with fire. She knew the truth. Humans were strong, not with giant machines or strange powers, but with heart and skill. And she was going to prove it. The leader of the council, a tall, blue-skinned alien with many eyes, slammed his fist on the table. "We do not need to fear humans. They are weak and soft. We will make a game of this. Let one human face our best fighter. If she wins, we will listen. If she loses, we will continue to rule the stars." The room filled with laughter. Zara's image stayed calm. The aliens did not know what she was thinking. They did not know she was ready. Suddenly, a shadow moved at the edge of the room. A thin, long-armed alien named Kraft stepped forward. "I accept the challenge," he said with a cruel smile. "I will break this human like a twig." Zara's heart beat faster. This was her chance. She had trained many years for this moment. She was not like other humans. She had learned the art of knives, fast, sharp, and deadly. The council's doors opened. Zara entered the hall. Her clothes were simple, but her eyes burned with courage. The aliens stared at her, surprised by her calmness. "Look at her," one alien whispered. "She looks so small, so soft." Zara walked to the center of the hall. The ground beneath her was smooth and cold. She did not fear. She only focused. Kraft laughed loudly. "You are small and weak. You don't belong here." Zara smiled slightly. She reached behind her back and pulled out 2 small knives. They shined under the cold light. The council gasped. No human had ever shown such weapons before. The knives were old, but sharp. They were made by a human master who taught Zara how to fight. Kraft raised his claws. "Come on, little human. Show me your weak moves." Zara moved quickly. She did not charge or rush. She watched and waited. The aliens thought she was scared, but she was only calm. Kraft jumped forward with his long arms. His claws tried to catch Zara, but she was too fast. She dodged easily. Her knives flashed like lightning. The first strike was quick. Zara cut the air close to Kraft's arm. He hissed, surprised by her speed. He swung again, but Zara moved behind him and slashed his side. The council grew silent. They did not expect this. A human was fighting like a shadow, fast and deadly. Kraft roared with anger. He tried to grab Zara, but she jumped back and smiled. "You said humans are soft. I show you the truth." Zara's knives danced in the air. She was like a storm, small but strong. Kraft could not catch her. Every time he attacked, Zara found a way to block or dodge. The fight lasted for minutes. Zara's heart never stopped. She did not fear pain or tiredness. She only wanted to show the aliens what humans could do. Finally, Kraft made a big mistake. He rushed forward with both claws. Zara saw her chance. She moved behind him and slashed his arm deeply. Kraft screamed and fell. The hall was quiet. The aliens stared in shock. Zara stood tall and calm. She had won. The blue-skinned leader of the council frowned. "This human, she is not like we thought." Zara smiled but said nothing. She had proved humans were not weak. She had shown the power of knives. The aliens looked at each other. Some were angry, some were scared. They realized humans were not to be ignored. Zara left the hall quietly. Her fight was only the beginning. There was more to come. The aliens would soon learn that humans were strong in ways they never expected. Asterisk, the first encounter. The arena was vast and cold, floating silently in space. It was the place where Zara's real test would begin. The alien spectators filled the stands, eyes full of doubt and curiosity. Zara stood alone on the smooth metal floor. Her knives were sharp and ready. She could feel the weight of every gaze. On her dot from the shadows stepped out a giant alien warrior. His name was Vrax, a towering figure covered in thick armor plates. His eyes burned red with hatred. Vrax laughed, a deep, terrible sound. You think your knives can beat me, human? You are soft. I will crush you. Zara's eyes did not waver. Strength is not only in size, she said quietly. Watch closely. The crowd hushed. Vrax charged like a storm. His heavy fists smashed the floor, shaking the arena. Zara waited. Calm as the wind before a storm. At the last second, she rolled aside, barely escaping his crushing blow. Her knives flashed in the light as she struck his leg, cutting through the armor's weak point. Vrax roared in pain and anger. He swung again and again, but Zara was too quick. Each strike was met with a dodge or a parry. The aliens gasped. Number. Human had moved like this before. Zara's mind raced. She knew brute force wouldn't win this fight. She needed to outsmart Vrax, to use his weight and speed against him. She danced around him, small and fast. She jabbed her knives into his joints, making him stumble. But Vrax was relentless. With a sudden roar, he caught Zara's arm and twisted hard. She gasped, but did not give up. With all her strength, Zara twisted back and slid a deep cut on his forearm. Vrax screamed, dropping her. The arena was silent. Zara stood tall, breathing hard but steady. Vrax glared at her with new respect. You fight with heart, he growled. But can you keep this up? Suddenly, alarms blared. Red lights flashed. The arena's floor began to shift. Panels opened, revealing sharp blades rising from the ground. The aliens behind the scene had set a trap. Zara's eyes widened. She had to think fast. With no time to lose. She jumped back, dodging the blades. Her knives flashed, cutting through. Cables to stop some of the traps. Vrax grinned. You survived the traps, human? Impressive. Zara didn't answer. She focused on escaping the deadly floor. She used her knife skills to break wires and jam mechanisms. Slowly, the blades stopped. The crowd was amazed. Zara had survived the trap using only her knives and quick mind. Vrax nodded, stepping back. You are stronger than I thought, but this is only the start. Zara wiped sweat from her brow. She was hurt, but alive. She had shown the aliens that humans were not soft. The crowd cheered softly, unsure but intrigued. Zara looked to the stars. Beyond the arena. She knew her fight was far from over. Asterisk. The secret training after the battle in the arena, Zara found a quiet place to rest. Her body ached, but her spirit was stronger than ever. She thought back to her training days, years before the alien challenge. On a small planet far from Earth, Zara had trained under an old master named Iran. He was not strong like the aliens, but his knowledge was deep and sharp. Knives are not just weapons, Iran told her once. They are an extension of your will. With them, you can move like the wind and strike like lightning. Zara remembered the cold mornings, the hard lessons, the cuts and bruises she earned. Every day, she learned to trust her instincts, but training was not just about knives. Iran taught her to think, to see the enemy's moves before they happened. One day, Iran said, the strongest warrior wins not by power, but by patience and smartness. Zara smiled softly at the memory. Back in the present, she opened a small box and touched the two knives she always carried. They were simple but special. Suddenly, her communicator beeped. A message flashed from her team. Zara, aliens are planning something. They don't just want to test you. They want to trap. Humans, be careful. Zara's eyes narrowed. The aliens were more dangerous than she thought. She stood up, ready to face whatever came next. But deep in the shadows, the alien leaders whispered again. We must stop Zara. If she wins, humans grow stronger. We can't let that happen. One alien smiled cruelly. We will use their own fear against them. Zara didn't know the full plan yet, but she felt the danger closing in. Her fight was no longer just for herself. It was for all humanity. Asterisk the trap and escape Zara moved carefully through the dim corridors of the alien fortress. Every step echoed softly. She knew this place was a trap. The aliens had invited her for peace talks, but Zara didn't trust them. Her instincts told her danger was near. Suddenly, a heavy door slammed shut behind her. The lights flickered and then went out. The cold air pressed against her skin. She was trapped. Her communicator beeped once, then died. No help would come. Zara's heart beat fast, but she stayed calm. She pulled out her knives, feeling their weight in her hands. From the darkness, glowing, eyes appeared. Alien guards, silent and deadly. They advanced slowly, weapons raised. Zara knew she couldn't fight all of them at once. She needed to think fast. She darted to the side, sliding into a narrow passage. The guards followed, but the hall was too tight for their big bodies. Zara's knives flashed in the dark as she cut through wires above her. Sparks flew. A hidden door slid open ahead. She ran through, finding herself in a maze of tunnels. The aliens chased, but Zara was faster. She used every skill Iran had taught her: quick moves, sharp strikes, and careful planning. At one point, a trapdoor opened beneath her feet. She dropped into a pit, but rolled quickly to avoid the spikes below. Climbing out, she saw a small control panel. Using her knife, she hacked it open and disabled the trap. Her breaths were heavy, but she kept moving. Finally, Zara found a hidden elevator. She pressed the button, and the doors closed slowly. As the elevator rose, she heard the aliens shouting behind her. They were angry, but Zara had escaped. She looked at her knives, feeling a new strength inside. His trap was only the beginning. Asterisk. The show down the arena was empty now, but the tension was heavy. Zara stood alone, waiting for the final fight. Alien leader Vrax appeared through the shadows. His eyes burned with anger and pride. This time, Vrax said, there is no trap, just you and me. Zara tightened her grip on her knives. She felt pain in her side from the earlier battle, but she did not show it. I am ready, she said quietly. Vrax charged, his heavy steps shaking the ground. Zara moved like water, flowing around his strikes. He swung hard, but Zara ducked, rolled away. Her knives flashed, aiming for weak points in his armor. The fight was fierce. Each strike from Vrax could break bones, but Zara used her speed and mind. She studied him, learning his patterns. Every time he attacked, she found a way to escape or block. Suddenly, Vrax caught her arm. He lifted her high, ready to throw her to the ground. Zara's heart pounded. She felt the cold metal of his claws, but she remembered her training. With a swift move, she twisted and stabbed her knife deep into his hand. Vrax screamed in pain and dropped her. Zara fell, but quickly stood up, her knives ready. The crowd held their breath. Vrax looked at her with new respect. You are strong, human. Zara smiled. Humans are not soft. We fight with heart and skill. With one final move, Zara jumped, spinning through the air, and landed a strike on Vrax's chest. He fell, defeated. The arena exploded in silence. Then cheers. Zara stood tall. She had won the battle, but she knew this victory was just the start of a larger war. Asterisk. Victory and respect the arena was filled with quiet whispers. Aliens who had once mocked humans now looked at Zara with respect and a little fear. The blue-skinned leader of the council stood slowly. "You have proven humans are stronger than we believed," he said, "but strength alone does not win wars." Zara wiped sweat from her brow. She knew the fight had changed everything. Behind the scenes, some aliens grumbled. They did not want to admit humans could be a real threat, but others saw a new chance. Maybe it was time to treat humans as equals. Zara's team contacted her. "We have learned that the aliens plan a bigger attack," the message said. "They want to crush Earth before humans can grow stronger." Zara's eyes narrowed. This was no longer just a fight for pride. It was a fight for survival. She sent a warning to Earth's leaders. "Prepare for war. Humans are ready." At the council hall, some aliens began to talk quietly of peace. Others whispered of war. The galaxy was changing. Zara looked to the stars, feeling the weight of what was to come. Humans had earned respect, but the true test was still ahead. Asterisk, the new beginning. The stars above Earth shone cold and bright. Zara stood on the command deck of the human flagship, looking out into the endless dark. The alien fleet was gathering near Earth's orbit. Their ships were huge and deadly, a clear threat. But Zara was not afraid. She had seen what humans could do. She had fought for humanity's honor and won respect from the galaxy. Around her, humans prepared for war. Scientists worked on new weapons. Soldiers trained harder than ever. Zara turned to her crew. "This is our home," she said. "We fight not just to survive, but to show the galaxy who we are." Her voice was strong. The crew cheered, ready to face the coming storm. Suddenly, the alien fleet moved closer. Lights blinked. Alarms sounded. Zara gripped her knives tightly. The battle was about to begin. But this time, humans were not weak or soft. They were ready. The galaxy was about to change forever. Asterisk.